Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire, the VGA remake, The Thief Path. Well, it took me a while of sneaking around to find exactly where there was some more graffiti, and a helpful little tip I found in one of the walkthroughs is that you can always find graffiti on the road to Dinarzad's place. So here we have the final bit of graffiti. Just gotta click right on it. And the message we get this time is, those who turn onto the dark, starry path will face great peril. Well, this is an obvious reference to the Tariq of Stars, but the trick here, turning onto the dark, is that you have to do this next part at night. And we do have sunset approaching, with day 5 on the way. And unfortunately, there's not really an easy way to get it to speed up and become dark enough for our purposes. So I am going to have to do a little bit of quick grinding here to make myself tired enough that I need to rest and make time pass. Actually, I can just go to the inn and rest there, but this works too, except that I've already advanced most of the skills that you get from lockpicking to their maximum level. I mean, you can see I just spent 50 points of stamina there and nothing has gone up. So we'll go ahead and take a quick nap. After getting dinner. I must be sure to consult the astrologer about the fire elemental. It must certainly be a bad omen. Well, it's not one we have to worry about, beyond being an omen. The supper tonight is sorrel stuffed with grapes and saffron rice and honeyed rabbit. This is a specialty of Shapir, and I hope you like it. So go ahead and greet, thank, and say goodbye. And I can actually tell him about the fire elemental. You are indeed quite the hero, my friend. And yes, after that it will be a struggle to make it to bed, but what the heck, we can try it. And we'll just leave Abdullah without saying goodbye. After an hour's rest, we feel better. And there we go. Night has fallen. And we'll do this again. Just greet, say goodbye. Because we do have a bit of work to do tonight. Astrologer has gone to bed for the night. case, we will probably get some stealth practice in on the way. And we'll just go ahead and U-turn around here. And make sure we have enough stamina for a decent fight. Stealth's up to 167. Because if we walk forward... Hey! Look who it is. But this time he's going to pull out all the stops. Thankfully for all his special tricks, he still has all the usual bandit moves. And unfortunately I can't throw any daggers because earlier I forgot to pick them up after I threw all my daggers at him while fighting him. Or trying to pick them up. Maybe I'll recover them after this fight. And there's a critical. Didn't quite manage to time me to do a backflip there. Haha! One more strike should do it, I think. Maybe two more strikes. Alright, well after that... The brigand doesn't seem to have any cash on him. You do, however, find a small book in one of his pockets. If the first page of this book is to believe, the brigand's name is Sweeping Sir James. The name has somewhat of a familiar ring to you. The book itself is labeled Warrior's Diary. You decide to keep it and use it for your own notes. And that is our grand reward for following this little Easter egg around. So what exactly does the Warrior's Diary give us? Well, it gives us a log of every single fighting experience that we've had. And some of the other things we've done. In this case, we've got how many fights we've won, our attack and defense overall, how many arm wrestling matches we've won, how many rope walking attempts we've won, how many trainings we've lost for her, how many successful backstabs we've had. And then it will show us everything we know about the creatures we fought. In this case, here's the Brigand, Ghoul, Desert Scorpion, Bahura, and we even get info on Sweeping Sir James. And this is the last page. So, as I said, we've got a bit to do tonight, but first, let's go ahead and heal up. And I was wanting to check my water skins and see, yeah, they're mostly full. Only got the one dagger left, but we have a job to do that should ensure that we will be able to buy some extra daggers. Because you might recall that Dunarzad said that she would be happy if somebody did something about the House of Usher. But we're going to go ahead and wait for the guards to walk past first before we attempt doing anything, because there's one other thing we need to do here, and we can wait until later in the game to do it, but I'd prefer not to. Go ahead and get all of our trips done in one go. Okay, well, I'm not in a good position to do that. No, I'm just putzing around. What I am trying to do is use my magic rope to climb up here and grab the bellows. But it does not seem to want to let me do that. In fact, we'll go ahead and save here, because I'm sure I will inevitably manage to pull this off the minute a guard is walking past. Alright, so maybe if I stand right by the door. Yep, here we go. And climb back down. Okay, and with that done, grab our lockpick. Alright, now thankfully there is not a lot we can bother with stealing here. Let's face it, how many swords can one guy own? The double blade axe, a precursor of the Gillette blades. Mace in the face will make you race to face the nearest plastic surgeon place. Issuer's weapons and armor are very distinctive. You would not be able to use or sell them without being caught. So no grabbing daggers. There's no reason to scrape the bottom of the barrel yet. And we can just see a trapdoor under the anvil. And I might be strong enough at this point to move it without it, but you know what? We get points for greasing it. Well, I thought we did. You find 100 dinars and 500 centimes, which you happily put away. Close and lock the strongbox. Can't move the anvil, the trapdoor's in the way. I'm trying to close the trapdoor. Close the trapdoor. Push the anvil back. Hide our illicit activity until he inevitably checks to see where his money is and realizes, oh my goodness, it's all gone. As the door closes, you hear the bar fall into place behind you. The door is now barred from the outside. And that is our second thief job. And we can go talk to Narzad about it, but I don't think that she'll have much to say. I've seen many men in my time, and you're certainly one of them. Yeah, because we have nothing to pawn to her. My, you certainly have a way of words. You might say you have a golden tongue. Yep. Let's see, it is still... The night is still young. And after all that, strength is up, luck is up. Honor has gone back down to 70, stealth is 170, weapon use is 139. Well, we could go out in the desert and do a little bit more sneaking around and fighting, but I'd like to stock up on daggers again before we do that, so we'll go ahead and go to the inn. But I'm going to see if I can get something that I had happen once earlier when I was doing a play test happen. Which is that if you come back late enough in the evening that it is not quite the middle of the night, you can find Shima and Shamin enjoying some alone time together. Yep. Good evening, hero friend. Unfortunately, the kitchen is already closed, but if you are thirsty, we'd be honored to share some herbal tea with you. We can talk about adventures. You tell Shamin and Shima about your hometown of Willowsby. This is a bit of apocrypha to the Quest for Glory games, since the original hint book for the first 4 games did give your character the name of Devon, and said he came from a town of Willowsby. Sounds like a nice place to live. Of course, such places are hardly suitable for adventurers who wish to be heroes. You ask Shamin and Shima about how and why they came to Spielberg. This month is exactly a year ago since the old Emir of Razir vanished and his successor drove our people away from their home. When the fate of our kinsman reached the Sultan, he immediately sent his army to set the injustice right. Unfortunately, his men never reached the gates of Razir. As they crossed the desert, a storm of sand came up out of nowhere and decimated the troops. The Sultan did not think this was a coincidence. There was talk that the storm was magical in nature and conjured up. The Sultan has always been deeply concerned about the situation, but has not sent any more men for fear of losing them. All he has been able to do is shelter those who were fled or were driven from the city. The hope of the Kata was now resting on a prophecy that foretold of the restoration of the city at the hands of a hero. Let's have a drink to our homeland, then. May it have many more adventures in store for you, and much good fortune in store for all of us. You spend a short time making small talk with your friends, while sharing Shima's delicious herbal tea. Hero friend Shima and I shall be retiring for the night. May you dream of all the adventures still awaiting you, and all the rewards to come from them. And I am 95% sure this was not in the original game, but it is a nice little character moment, bonding with your old friends. But we'll go ahead and sleep until morning. Wake and rest refreshed as the sun begins to rise. And no Abdullah this morning. Now, since we'll stop the fire elemental, I don't think there's anything that happens on day 6 that is of major importance to the plot. Warm bread, honey, butter, fresh fruit, and tea, just as you prefer. And we'll go ahead and say goodbye. Now the plaza is going to look a little emptier because the merchants will be set up, but as I noted before, Ali Chica never returns, and Hero of the North, 1,000 thanks for defeating the Thing of Fire. We were forced to flee for our lives when it set the stand of Ali Chica aflame. And on that note, yeah, currently have 190 golden dinars and 622 brass centimes, which we will give some of this to the musician. Recover some of our stolen honor. Well, not stolen, but woohoo! A whole honor point. But we can go ahead. I think we can tell her about the fire elemental. Most interesting tale. That strange man decided to leave town with his friend with the golden hair and strange social behavior. He said something about going to Fredonia. Fredonia, of course, being fictional nation from the Marx Brothers movie Duck Soup. And buy some extra flowers so we can give those away. And let's not forget to say goodbye. Alright, so, first stop in our tour. We'll head on back to the weapon shop. What do you want now? Oh yeah, he's gonna flex. Well, just add insult to injury. Go away, I've got better things to do than waste my time on you. Oh, I guess he doesn't want to get beaten again. That's not nearly enough. Talked him down to 425. Okay, so I'm going to be very careful about not losing any more daggers. And nothing in the west end of the plaza today. But we can get in a quick bout of fighting practice. Although at this point I think the best way for us to progress and what little fighting skills remain for us to buff up will best be done in the desert. But I think we got enough time for one quick practice fight in this chapter, just to make sure. Then again, perhaps not. Haha! Well, it took most of my stamina to do it, but... Yep, enough for today. Soon you'll be giving me lessons. But... still increase my weapon use somewhat from doing that. Well, with that done, I think we'll go ahead and head to the plaza, refill our water skins. Because unless I'm mistaken, I think that from what I read, it's at this point that some of the merchants will start trying to sell us some more decorations for our home. At this point, we can, in fact, get a potted plant for 35 dinars, which is a bit more than I want to pay for a plant, but... okay, we'll have it delivered to the inn for me. I think we can get a basket as well. Oh, hero, would you honor this humble kata by spending a trifle of your great riches for one of the many baskets I have spent many months of making just for you? Well, let's see. Yes, we can, in fact, get a weaving of some type. Okay, 30 it is. And it is, in fact, a portrait of me, which is rather amazing, considering how, I would have just gotten here a few days ago. And we also have the chance of buying a brass jug, which this may seem like an extravagance, but we're really not going to need as much money as I've got at the moment. 34 dinars. Shall we say 30? Have delivered to the inn. So that has gone through most of my earnings from last night. And we have a new item, a signed game box for 31 dinars. Surely a signed and sealed original release game box is of much greater value to you, O hero. You shall find no less than 9 3.5 floppy disks tucked within the package, not to mention 5 5.25 floppies. It comes complete with a cardboard slipcover and the famous Adventurer's Correspondence School primer. No hero should ever be without one. This rarity shall be yours, all for the paltry sum of 30 dinars. May it bring you entertainment and enjoyment. And yes, that would be the original box art from the Trial by Fire game. And it's signed by Slory and Scory. Because, in case you didn't get that now, Slory and Scory is Lori and Corey with an S on it. The item Saba sold used a small disc that's made of many small strings of reed woven together. And oh, what the heck. I'll be happy to show you the pot which best suits your needs. I have pots in every size and many colors. And all we can get is an empty pot. I believe we can get a decorative pot later, but not just yet. Actually, it occurs to me I did not speak to the merchants outside of the weapon shop yet. Because you can get one item from the lever maker eventually. Yep. New pair of boots. Thank you very much, Fende. I hope to have them ready within 2 days. And I don't think we can get anything else from the cloth merchant. Yep. Well, that is all we can get at the moment, I think, apart from, well, wait. I think there is one more. The fear of fire is a great to a seller of rugs. 1,000 thanks for saving our city, brave one. Shamin and Shima have spoken truly of your courage. May it fortune favor you, hero of Shapir. If you desire a rug from my cart, I could make you a special deal on one of the smaller ones. Since you are a hero, it shall be yours for mere 45 dinars. Well, that is way outside my price range. Could we say 20 dinars? 44, 21, 43, 22, 42, 23, 41, 24, 40 dinars. I would like to pay that, but I can't afford that. So I am going to go off camera, do some fighting, sneaking around the desert and fighting. If I have anything interesting happen, I'll start recording there, but I'm going to buff up, get enough cash to get this rug, and then we will go and see my newly redecorated room next time. See you then.